right, concept number 3. It may look like there's a lot in this one, but I promise it's not that bad. So we're talking about angles in standard form and radians versus degrees. So there's a couple things we're talking about in this unit, or this concept. So our objective is twofold, so you're going to have to write small. I can, number 1, draw angles in standard position and number 2, determine the values, oh gosh, I'm running out of room, of the trig functions for an angle. I told you this is a lot. For an angle in standard position. Okay. Okay, so number 1, I can draw angles in standard position, and number 2, I can determine the values of the trig functions for an angle in standard position, whether they are in radians or degrees. Okay, so we're going to go through how to draw them, how to convert angles from radians to degrees, and then how to determine their trig functions in radians or degrees. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about some angles in standard position. This first little part here. So an angle on the coordinate plane is in standard form when the vertex is on the origin. Here's the origin. And one ray lies on the positive x-axis. So here's one ray here. This is the positive x-axis. And this is the vertex on the origin. Okay, so it makes kind of like a door hinge. Okay, so as long as you have one part of that angle on the positive x-axis, it's in standard position. The ray on the x-axis is called the initial side. Initial side. Okay, so we can draw a little point that says initial side. Okay. The other ray, this one over here, is called the terminal side. Okay, you can draw a little arrow to that too. Terminal side. All right, initial side, terminal side. It might help to put it in different colors. Okay. Counterclockwise rotations result in positive angle measures. And then clockwise rotations result in negative angle measures. One full revolution around is 360 degrees. Okay? So that's angles in standard form. That's the initial side, terminal side, positive direction, negative direction. 360 degrees all the way around, in a nutshell of what we just talked about. So in the next video, we're actually going to start drawing. Actually, you know, let's do it in this video. We'll do this one. So let's draw some angles. Okay? Sketch an angle with the given measure in standard position. Let's do 2 of these, and then we'll leave the third one for in class. So this is 75. Remember, this, we have to have our initial side on the x-axis. Okay? So let's draw this first of all, so we know exactly what measures are. This is 0 degrees. Okay? This is 90 degrees. Okay, this is 180 degrees, and this one down here is 270 degrees. Yes, you can have an angle bigger than 180 degrees. Okay, so now that we know the positions of these angles, we can kind of guess as to where 75 degrees would be. So here is my one side. If this is 90 degrees, then 75 degrees might be right here. Okay. So there's 75 degrees, and we always go this way. We start at our initial side and we go counterclockwise. Okay. So that's 75 degrees. Number 2 says negative 160 degrees. So we still start on our initial side on the x-axis. Okay. We still start there. Well, this time we're going negative, so we're going this way. But we still have the same values. This is still 0. This becomes negative 90, negative 180, negative 270. Okay? So 160 degrees is going to be probably, if this is negative 180, it's probably going to be about right there, right? It's a big obtuse angle. And we always go this way for negative. And the reason we do that, we draw little arrows of which direction we're going, because this angle is also another angle depending on which direction you go. So this could be either negative 160 degrees or positive 200 degrees. We have to distinguish which way we're going so that we know what angle we're dealing with. Okay, and we'll do one more example in class that I can show you how to draw 430. You can try it by yourself if you would like to, but we will do that one together. All right, so that's how you draw angles in standard form.